Hey everyone! This week was my Booktube anniversary. 13 years ago I started this channel. It's unbelievable how much time has passed. I am clearly enjoying this and you are a big part of this, so thank you very much. I know this channel has seen ups and downs and less content in recent months, but I hope that 2024 will change that. So let's talk a little bit about the plans I have for 2024 when it comes to the channel and also my reading goals, the few I have at the moment. 2024 is off to a bad start. I caught a cold, and so all the things I wanted to have done up until this point, I haven't done. A little bit of reading happened, and a lot of watching TV happened, and a lot of frustration happened. So leaving aside that I didn't come up with all the nice graphics that I wanted to have to support my goals, because I thought motivating myself was ticking off pictures and starting Instagram stories maybe, I don't know. But then I started overthinking and overcomplicating things, and then I got sick, and so I have nothing right now. So we'll just have to do with this, and maybe I'll come up with something as the year progresses. But at the moment, I'm just thinking about making more content on this channel and being more active in the Booktube community again. There are no clear plans on what that involves, but that's the idea, to be more active in the community again and make more videos. So we'll see if that happens. When it comes to the reading goals, I have a little bit more, and I'm already unsure if I made the right decisions. I set my Goodreads reading goal, or the amount of books I want to read for this year, up to 100. In recent years, I've always surpassed 100, and my usual goal is always 70 books for the year, because that's 1.5 books a week. And I think that's doable. In recent years, however, with reading shorter things, I managed to surpass 100 books all the time. So I thought maybe this year I'll just try and set up the goal to 100. And then I decided that I want to read bigger books. So I'm not sure if that was a good idea. One of my main goals is to read more books from my wish lists, and not only the under 150 pages wish list. If you don't know, I've started sorting my Kindle wish list into book lengths. So I have different lists for different lengths of books. So depending on what kind of mood I'm in, if I'm feeling like a longer book, which I hardly ever am, I could look for that. Or if I'm looking specifically for a quick, fast read, then I can also easily find that without getting lost in my wish list. Unfortunately, sorting my wish list like that has the side effect that I tend to read the shorter books first and the longer books. I never look at the list. So for this year, I want to make an effort of reading books from my wish list, because they have probably been on there a long time. My wish list has basically replaced most of my TBR buying. I reduced my TBR pile a while ago, and one major helping factor was that I didn't just buy the books all the time, but I put them on wish lists so that I had more time to think about it and come back to the books and then buy them when I'm ready to read them. For some books that worked, for others it didn't. It definitely worked for keeping the books I have unread in my house low. But yeah, I'm not sure if that is working, how that is working. We'll have a look at it and see how it goes and what I'll do with the goal after Q1. Because as usual, I am going to readjust and reflect on my goals quarterly. So that's a curious one to look for. Another big goal that I will have for this year is, after I failed to finish the Discworld reread last year, I really want to finish it this year. And I think it's doable. It's 6 or 7 books. I think 6 books left. And in doing that, I also wanted to finish other series that I started. Among those, the Tinkered Star Song series by Gail Carriger, which I read the first book of the trilogy, but never read the second and the third, which doesn't make any sense because Gail Carriger is one of my favorite authors, and the first one was good. So I have no clue why I haven't picked up the second and the third yet. So that's something I want to finish this year as well as the Mistborn series. And there I'm thinking about changing what I had intended already, because I read the third book in the Mistborn saga this year at the beginning, so I already finished that. Second book I finished this year, yay! But I forgot that the Mistborn books were a trilogy first, and not 7 books like the saga is at the moment. Is it 7 books? I think it's 7 books. Anyways, so my goal was to read the whole Mistborn saga. but I'm kind of tired of the story. And now after the third book, the trilogy, the original Mistborn series, ended. So I'm tempted to say I've checked that goal. I need to think about that more. I'm kind of tempted to read more of the standalones by Brandon Sanderson in continuing reading his books. Not sure how I'm going there. If you have recommendations on how to deal with that, if you have read all the Sanderson books and think what's best to read next after finishing the Mistborn trilogy, let me know. But that's one of the series I also want to continue or finish. Those are the three that I have in mind at the moment that I definitely want to finish, but I also want to continue reading sequels. I think there are a few sequels coming out this year of ongoing series that I'm in, but also maybe check more closely after I finished and focused the series I'm focusing on, if there are other series that I'm currently in that I would like to continue and finish. So sequels is a big goal this year again. Thinking just now, I think that's my main specific goals for the first quarter. I don't want to read specific authors at the moment. I don't want to focus on a specific genre or anything. At the moment, I just want to focus on the series and my wishlist books and maybe the TBR books I have. They're up there as usual. Maybe see that I get a head start on my 100 books. As usual, I will also be tracking how many nonfiction I'm reading, how many translated books I'm reading, how many rereads I will have, modern classics or classics in one category. I will also track that. And I think I'm aiming for 20% on those and maybe 10% German authors or books written in German originally. Usually I just hit 5. So maybe I should just stick with the 5%. I don't know, but I will definitely be tracking those as well. So I think that's my reading goals. This video is a little bit rambly, mostly because I threw away my reading goals while cleaning up with the head cold. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't clean up anything else, but apparently I threw out the list of reading goals I wrote down. It's not going well, but we're only 2 weeks into the year. I already finished 2 books, so I'm about 1 more day on track and then I'll be behind again, but who cares? Anyways, thank you all again for sticking with me for 13 years, making this fun. Let me know in comments if you have any specific reading goals or any specific books that you are planning to read this year. Let's talk in comments. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.